And this is what the OPCs had to say.
The next generation of OPC leadership just simply has to be better than the last. This is an industry that is constantly needing to be innovated, whether it's the marketing strategy, whether it's the way our points are used, the demographic, all of that. And so simply having an OPC leader that's willing to try new ideas and take new strategies into our department is it's imperative. Along with that is the experience of an OPC leader to have actually been an OPC. I think that OPCs, especially successful ones, have the tendency to be closed-minded in the sense that they've been doing a pitch for so long, that's worked for so long, that if they're getting new ideas or suggestions, they may not be open to that. If we have an OPC leader that has made a living, one tour at a time in the booth and has earned that credibility and respect through the process of identification, I think that he'll be able to lead the team much better. I would say that something else that is really important for an OPC leader is accessibility. Sales and in-house, they generate virtually like all of our revenue in about 90 to 120 minutes. But we have the responsibility of initiating that potential revenue in about 90 to 120 seconds. And so we have new reps, for example, that may not have the resources or the training necessarily to handle every question or book every tour, and they need to be able to have an OPC leader that is readily available to be communicated to. I would say that something really important, because I've had many different leaders in the industry, is a perfect balance of managing with fear or incentive. I think there are some reps that if they're not given minimums, will not perform above them. Some reps, if they're given minimums, will just barely perform above them. And there are other reps that are so motivated that they need contests, competitions, anything to get them to the next level, to break those barriers and those glass ceilings. And I think having a manager that can recognize what is going to be the most effective for each individual rep is extremely important for the next generation.
Thank you, Matt. AC?
My idea of a great OPC leader, first of all, is that you have to be a great OPC, leading your team by example, showing them how it's done. There's something about watching your leader do what you do, facing the same rejections and overcoming with great closing skills that makes the team more confident in what they do as well. I've always learned by watching. You know where you use your personality, you know when to use your closing skills, and most importantly, when to use your product knowledge. I have a few things that I look for in a great leader. The attributes are like a sense of humor, positive attitude, appreciate and trust employees, take responsibility, be a team player, and have confidence in everything they do.
Thank you. Ryan?
To me, an OPC leadership basically looks out for their fellow coworkers, their other OPCs, and ensures that they do their job correctly to basically enhance the way they perform on or off the field, and then to provide them, not just for themselves, great wealth, with the business, and then also to provide that with their fellow coworkers.